This is my version of the steady rest for supporting long forms like hollow forms or doing long stemmed goblets. I'd like to say straight away to give my thanks and acknowledgement to Bob Hamilton of Forest, Ontario, Canada, whose YouTube video really is the inspiration for this. And if you look up crude steady rest in YouTube, you'll find his version of it. The steady rest travels down the lathe between the weigh bars. There is basically locks here at the bottom, which then fit in between the weigh bars and then lock down. I made my own locking levers, and these are simply a piece of turned wood with a crossbar, and there's a 8mm hole, which inside here is a barrel nut, which is an M8 barrel nut, and that's 12mm in diameter, and so I've drilled a 12.5mm hole so that fits in there nice and easily. I've then used just roofing bolts or coach bolts of the appropriate length for the holes, and the diameter here is about 10.25 inches, 260mm, and my height from the centre is equal to the centre of my lathe, which in this case is 10 inches. Across here is about 13 inches, but that doesn't really matter, and it's made really of scrap wood that I had lying around. So I've got 3 layers of 18mm mixture of MDF and OSB board, and a 12mm board here on the outside, and the whole thing just sits on a scrap piece of oak and a piece of MDF at the bottom. The runners I made simply with some scrap oak. I then on a planer thicknesser milled down some scrap pine down to exactly 8mm, glued it all up, and then just shaped it on the planer thicknesser to the thickness that I want, and rounded off the edges as well. The wheels, which in this case lights up, I got from my friend Tony, who works at the charity shop Sue Ryder, and he got them for me at very, very little cost. In fact, I think he gave them to me. The unit locks down. You simply swing those cams at the bottom underneath and tighten those up, and that really is rock steady. The 3 arms can be adjusted in and out on their slots, and then once you're in the right position, the homemade locking levers can then be tightened up, and that will hold them nice and steady. The length of the arms is approximately 14 inches, although these have probably ended up longer than I need them to be, so they could be shorter if you wanted to, but they don't seem to get in the way. I have actually not put them at equal points on the circle because I'm told that if you do, you can set up a harmonic frequency vibration. I don't know whether that's true, but I thought I'd offset them. It does also mean that I can probably, on a thin piece of dowel or whatever, get in quite close and still get a skew chisel there between the rollers. Let's start with seeing how it works hollowing out this goblet without the steady first. there's a lot of vibration there from the overhang, so we'll try it with the steady and see if it improves. Okay, let's try it with the steady rest, and we're going to have the speed about 900. I've got all 3 wheels engaged, and let's switch it on and give it a go. There still seems to be a bit of a rattle in there somewhere. I'll have to hunt that down, see where that comes from. But in terms of the turning, it's really rock steady. I'm getting a nice good clean cut, and able to do a downhill cut, which on the inside of the goblet is from the centre to the edge, and really able to hog out quite a lot of wood in one go. So not bad for a first attempt. Quite pleased with that.